So this is my sketchbook. It's a Canson XL mixed media one. It's the smaller version. I bought it for like 16 bucks. That's how the back looks. But I've been using this sketchbook ever since like June of 2022. So yeah, but this is my first ever sketchbook that I officially bought. So yeah, let's dive straight into it. So for the first page, this first page is just me doing my Domestika class. I was taking a creative daily sketching Domestika class, and this is like her teaching us how to do like light and how like to distinguish shadows from highlight areas and stuff like that. So this was like some notes I took and stuff like that, and just the stuff she told us to draw. Next we have here is some regular sketches of like perspectives. As you can see, I like drawing cubes a lot, so in cylinders, this is another from my Domestika class, and then here is also more cylinders and more cubes using shadows. Yeah, but yeah, I obviously had to do a lot of more practice, but this is basically what this page is. And then for the next page, this is me drawing a hedgehog skull. So in this Domestika course, we were learning how to like be creative using different materials, and this material she used a hedgehog skull. So she had us practice some hedgehog skulls. As you can see, this is like me trying to learn how to do like some hedgehog skulls. Never knew this is what a hedgehog skull would look like, but kind of reminds me of like a wolf skull. Here's some more practice. And then here for this next page, I bought some ink at some Michaels. So I was testing it out. That little, whatever you want to call that in the corner, I spilled some ink, so I had to use all of it. So I was just like drawing it all out. But drawing some cubes and drawing like shadows in the holes and stuff like that. Just trying to be creative. And then this next page is just drawing crosses. I was really just doodling at the time in the sketchbook, not gonna lie. But as you can see, I'm just drawing some crosses and stuff like that. Squares. Yep. All I did was just draw some squares in this, trying to draw more perspective. I don't know what that was, but yeah, more squares. So this was kind of like my first like finished drawing. It's like I did it all with graphite sketching pencils. I like the way the tree looks on the left. You can see the mountains in the background. That thing in the middle is supposed to be a tire hanging from a tree, and the little snake on the branch, and you see the little mushrooms on the ground, all that. Yeah, they're cute. They're really cute. Look at all the mushrooms. But yeah, this is like my first ever like pencil sketching here. I did really good with all the shading and stuff like that, and how the tree looks. It looks really good from far. I'm super duper impressive with myself, and all the way the mushrooms look and all the little bugs and the way the snake looks. Super duper impressive with myself. So here is another sketch with some shading. I did another tree branch on the left, and then some leaves on the right with scattering leaves. I really like how that tree branch looks on the left, but this is just a normal random sketch. And then here's some other random doodles of eyes. Again, in the art world, eyes are so hard to do for me. And then I also use this other ink, just fooling around basically in this sketch, not gonna lie. Eye work, just gotta keep practicing. Here is some swords practice. I'm drawing the 𝐊𝐧𝐢𝐭 from Bleach. You should definitely give Bleach a try. Then here is some more shading work using trees and bark. For some reason, I really like doing it, so I did it again. And then I started going from like dark, light, medium. It was really cool, just trying to get different technique shading. And so here is another drawing from my Domestika course. This is supposed to be a raven. We were trying to draw different techniques and stuff like that. And so yeah, this is a raven. This is drawing a bird. I plan to draw more of these soon because I really liked how I draw it. I really like birds. Anatomy of birds are really cool, like the wings and stuff like that, and the way that you can position them is really cool. So I try to make it like a cockatoo bird by drawing that little black squiggly thing on the top of its head. And then here is another version of it. I like the one at the little bottom. Kind of reminds me of like what is it called? A toucan. But yeah, I kind of redid it, added some more details than the last one. So yeah, really like this sketch. Really like these two little birds. And then here you can see I did another one. The head's a little weird. I am not going to lie to you. The head's a little bit bigger, but here's it from a different angle. Here's it from like a little bit of a below angle. And yeah, but it was really cool drawing these things. And then this sketch is just 3 trees. They're drawn using different shapes. Like you can see the left one is in triangles, the middle is like kind of a square, and then the one all the way on the right is using more circular shapes and stuff like that. And then this is like some pine cone practice. This is just in the Domestika course. I will link that Domestika course that I take down below, so you guys can check it out if you guys wanted to follow along with me. Follow along the stuff I did before. And then here is some random sketches. I'm not gonna lie to you, this day I just did some random sketching, just drawing whatsoever, trying to do like theme sketching. Like the one on the right is like mechanical stuff. So okay, so definitely for this one, I feel like I have to explain myself a little bit for this one. So for this one, it was for my Domestica course where like we had to like transform gouache random blotches and use ink to like transform into this stuff. The yellow one definitely looks like a pizza, if that's what you're thinking. And then I did this cool drawing of like a sea monster creature with like dewlap wings and stuff like that. I was very proud of myself with this one. I really love this one. It's really good. I didn't even give it a name, but I really like how it did with the detail. It really came out with it. This was like probably one of my favorite arts, not gonna lie. Definitely at least top 20 for sure. And then here's another drawing. I tried to make it like a bird almost. It did not go well. Not gonna lie, that was a little ugly. Then here's more of like an insect one. Yeah, you definitely see that the first try was definitely the best try, but it's alright. Try to give it a little insect legs. I don't even know what I added there. It's like a little dewlap, like stretch wings of like a flying squirrel almost. And then here I tried doing it again with some more practice, trying to transform them into like animals. I think it went okay. Definitely could have done better. The thing on the right is like unfinished versions, which I probably would never get to, in my opinion. But yeah, it's good thing that they're always there. Here is some snake practice. I wanted to like practice doing like some of the snake anatomy, like with the scales and stuff like that. And then on the right, she was teaching us like the anatomy of like wolves and like teeth and stuff like that. The ear is gas. I'm not even gonna cap with you. The ear is gas. Love the way the ear. And then you can see me drawing some fangs, some like eyes, some noses of like canines and stuff like that. And then here is my favorite page as well, mushrooms. I don't know, something about drawing mushrooms is just like very dope to me. Drawing mushrooms from like different angles, filling in mushrooms, love it. And then you can see here is some of my October sketchings, Inktober sketchings actually. So yeah, day one was like gargoyle and stuff like that. So this is like where I was drawing them and stuff like that. And you can see day two was like scurry, draw some houses and stuff like that. Yeah, Inktober was really fun. Plan to do it next year for sure. Okay, so this is another attempt of doing a hedgehog skull, what I learned from my Domestica class. Added some color, try to make it look like a skull that's in like deserts where it's like nothing there. And then you can see I drew some ghosts on the back. A little smudge on the ghost is I messed up, so I had to like turn it into something. I was just messing around with like some other inks and some orange, stuff like that. And then this is a sun frog. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know how I came up with this, but I'm calling him a sun frog. He has the little red spots, orange spots, and yellow spots. You know, they radiate heat, so definitely really cool. And then that's about it. That's towards the end of my sketchbook. Just like that last little sketch, that's about it. I know you saw some empty pages, but I'm not really motivated to fill them out. I completed a majority, but this is just some random sketches, and then my name and an orange and a leaf blade, and then that's about it. That is my sketchbook. So it's not easy completing a sketchbook, which is why I am trying again. So this sketchbook, I got it at Ross. It was like $6. Art can change the world. Love that little phrase. And all these pages are mixed media, so I am very curious how these are gonna hold up, because that other sketchbook was like $17 and this was $6, so I hope it's just as good. But I plan to be more creative in this sketchbook, trying to have more finished pieces, make it more like a folio type sketchbook. Still might have some random drawings and random doodles, but less of those and more finished pieces, so I have somewhere to store them physically. But yeah, this is my new sketchbook. Definitely might design the cover of it and stuff like that. Thank God Posca markers might cover it, but yeah, this is my journey of moving on from one sketchbook to another.